Hello everyone, this is Dino Don back with the next progress report on Corsair. Yesterday I didn't get to work on it all day because I had a EAA picnic to go to at Erie Airport at the local T-hangars where a couple of the guys have their home builds kept. So we do it at least once a year. So that started at 10, 11 o'clock and went till 2 o'clock, and so I left here about just before 10 o'clock to go pick my friend up, take him. So I missed about 5 hours yesterday. But when I got back, I started fiddling around, and I got that vacuum line fitting, made a fitting, put through the firewall. So now all I need is a fitting to attach it to the intake manifold somewhere. And then that's the vacuum, manifold vacuum for the computer. All right, I had must be recently a new subscriber, maybe follower, watch my videos and ask about, isn't this engine already fuel injected? Talking about that computer. Yes, it was, but now it's carbureted. That's a carburetor. It's a throttle body injector made by Rotec Radial Engines out of Australia, which is nothing more than a copy of the patent for Ellison TBI carburetors. So it's still got a computer for a fuel injection. It's a Speeduino computer for the whole fuel injection system, but I'm only using it for ignition. That's it. That's all it's doing, ignition. The fuel management is done through the throttle body here, the carburetor. So I got that wound up, and then my excuse me, my Richline cable here came up through here and went through the firewall in that little hole there. And the problem was it comes from the other side of the plane, has to go around the gas tank sump, come all the way around here, and then it had to loop back through and then come through the firewall. So it had this big S-turn in it, and once I hooked it up, it was really stiff. So I ended up pulling that out, that fitting I pulled out of here, and I relocated a new hole here. So the cable now comes from the cockpit up through here, through the plywood skin and the box fuselage underneath, comes up into the cavity where these hoses are, and comes out right there. So it's below the longerons on the plane. So now that's got a nice gentle curve to it. It's going to hit the cowling as is here, but this will get tied down somehow. But it works really well. I'm probably not going to go that way, it'd be too much. It's got to come over here somewhere and maybe tie in with this, but it'll need a standoff at the very least. I didn't get any farther with these yet. I still got to pull these out. I'll lop off maybe quarter, half inch at most, cut them off, thread them, and then that'll be done. And then the last thing is finding some way to keep this thing bolted down so it won't move. What I decided to do about this is I was looking up elbows, aluminum elbows to finish this off, but then I got to look and says, well, I could do the exact same thing if I figured out a 2-inch radius, center line radius. So if I can find some aluminum tube, steel tube, stainless tube, 1 3/4 with a 2-inch center line radius, I can just literally cut out the 90-degree corner of that thing and slip that tube right up in here, because this is where it sucks in right here. So if even just a short piece like that in there with the right curve on it, this thing will never collapse again. It'll try to maybe suck in here, but it won't. But by putting a piece in there that's, you know, an arc of like 3 inches, it'll never suck in. So that'd be the easiest thing. Pull the tubes out, slip that in there, put them back on. The wire thing, someone was asking about it. They're not springs. They're just coils of wire that are, you know, they're probably only 1 inch of spacing between every coil, and they're very thin. I mean, they're probably only like 30 thousandths, 32 thousandths thick pieces of wire that are looped, depending on, but they're real small. The idea is to keep it from doing that, because water pumps will do the same thing. It'll suck in rubber hose. It'll collapse a rubber hose, which is a lot stiffer than this silicone. So there was a guy, I was going to look it up, but I forgot. He had made a comment saying he has well, he called it a kit for Corsair. He's got 2 boxes, 2 long boxes, which would have all the longerons, all the spruce for making the box, and then he had a big 4x4, which is probably only so thick, but it has the plywood in it. So he has a wood kit, basically a wood kit, and the full set of blueprints for a Corsair that he would like to sell. So if anybody's interested in talking to the guy, you have to go through this last video, Tuesday's video, and scroll down through there and find him. I'm sorry I was going to look up the name, but I got a little sidetracked. I've been running long tonight on getting this thing caught up. So, but if you check, I'll try to pin the comment or something in the video so people can look if they're interested and find out where the guy's located and how much he's asking for it. Now I know when I bought my plans for this one, they were only like $250. Now they're, I think, over $600 just for the plans. The wood kit, when I bought my wood kit, was like $380, I want to say. And that had to all come by freight. Even if you was to buy that from him, it'd have to go freight because the boxes are, 14, 15, 16 foot long. So, and that was, like I said, I paid $380, I think, for my freight, or for the wood. Or no, it was probably more than that. I think the metal, all the steel for the gear was $300 and some dollars, but you have to. He didn't mention any price. Just said he'd like to sell it. So if anybody's interested, look in the last video from Tuesday night and see. Look for him saying he's got it, and then you can go to his channel and contact him through there. So, so I got that done. I got the fuel tank. I ended up buying a shut-off valve for it. And it was I was looking for a little 8-inch pipe thread ball valve. But what I ended up getting instead is all they had was the petcock valve. You see that bronze looking petcock valve. So that's all done. And right now it's in the shut off position. You see the tang pushed straight down. So I can hold this for you and show this guy right here. So I can pull it forward. That's fuel on, fuel back off, and if you push it this way, it's still the same thing, fuel on. So, another guy was commenting about, oh, you can't use RTV for sealant, for gasoline, it's not compatible. Well, it's not just RTV, there's a cork gasket in there too. I just smeared the RTV on the top and bottom of the gasket, so the cork gasket is doing the sealing. So that fits in there nice now. I got the computer all done and put back in its place. I got the cover on this end of the box, drilled holes in it, run all the wires, hoses and everything out, so that's all done. Went to Walmart today, did my grocery shopping, and I was looking for a 3-foot cable, USB, I think it's USB-A, like 2030. To a B, which is the small square one that's usually used for printers. Well, this is a 6-footer, as you can see. I don't need a 6-foot cable. A 3-foot cable will be plenty because the box is literally right here. I just got to be able to get it into a laptop. This will be nice for using out here with the laptop when I get it running to tune the timing. But I need a 3-footer, and I can pull that in and out. I can plug it in and out, so I need a 3-foot one. See if there's anything else I tinkered with out here. I think that was it. Someone was asking about this. There's an O-ring in there that this thing tightens up, so it won't come loose. That was another comment. All right, well today I did this. You can see, got my new muffler on there. I just took, cut this piece out, cut this piece, made another 2-inch piece for there, shortened it up, welded it all back together, cut the other one open, pulled the guts out of it, put it in here. There's a locating dowel pin to keep it from rotating. So now that comes up, and I mentioned in the last one, this comes up way nice. I can bring her really close, as long as I'm still clearing this hose, this coolant or oil drain line. So that's actually up. It's pretty much, it's above vertical, right, horizontal right there. So it looks good. And this is the end of the spiral inside. The spiral starts at a point in the middle and spirals around this way, and it ends right there. So now these pipes can come out anywhere, like from here, basically from here all the way back into here. Sorry. I mean, it could go in there all the way back into here, because this is the end of the spiral and it's pretty much right here by this tin piece. But my thinking right now is angle it back just a little bit and just run them straight out the bottom of the cowling. Just put 2 little small holes in there and just let them hang out the bottom of the cowling. I could leave that little curve on there so it angles back and down, but if I run them straight down, I don't have to worry about trying to splay them out, splay them back. Just drop them out straight just like an old Cessna 150. So that's what I'm leaning towards right now. Running the engine last Tuesday night, it was a little louder than I anticipated, but because the actual pipe wasn't on there, I figured that was it. And then I pulled this down to take the muffler off, and then I realized that I didn't have the gaskets in here, and these weren't tight either. I knew that, but I didn't think about it. So there was some noise. It was exhaust leak, because when I pulled this thing out of there, everything's black from leaking. There was just on there to set it up, because the actual gaskets are right there. So once I put them on there, tighten them up, I'm sure that's going to get rid of any noise. And now I've got these two holes here that I can actually make a hanger and bolt them there so this won't move in flight. So I just finished that. It's still got a little warmth in it. This is the last cap I welded on. So, but that's all done now. All you gotta do is drop the tubes. And then Wednesday morning, I didn't work on the plane. I was in the house looking at these LED light kits from Fly LEDs. I purchased these kits from Flyboys, it's called, here in the States. These kits are actually built in Australia. Fly LEDs are out of Australia. And these are super bright. I think these are 10-watt whites, and then the little ones are reds, and then the resistors are to drop the current down for each one. Right now it's wired up to the red position lights. Now in an airplane, they go into the wingtip like this. This would be like looking at the right wingtip. This is facing out to the wing, that's facing forward. Except for they're like this, you know, the lights will be on the inside facing out. But what I'm doing is these resistors would normally be back here, like this one is. They should look like that. So when you see these in the front of the wing tips, you won't see the resistors. It's just a visual thing. But that's just to show you what they're meant to be like. Well, these were two different boards, two different size boards. And I was able to put them together and match them up and cut them down to where they both are the same profile now, like this. So what I'm looking to do with them is this. Instead of, I can't mount them this way because the wing's not thick enough. But if I mount them in here like this, actually this would be this more straight side they're gonna come back into somewhere about here, and then I will notch out here and out, and then the wing, half of this will go back into the wing. So you're only going to see maybe this much of it, but I'll put a piece of aluminum flashing around this back edge. It's hard to need three hands, folks. Put a piece of aluminum flashing in here to wrap around. So what these will do is these lights will shine up, those lights will shine down, and it'll still look the same. And then instead of trying to cut this all the way back into here, I'm just going to cut it short, like I showed here, put them in there, and then I'll wrap a piece of aluminum around this edge. I'm going to bolt these together too with some plastic. I couldn't put these resistors in on top of those resistors because of it would be too thick then. It would be twice as thick bolting these together. But that's the idea. So the lights will shine up and you'll still be able to see them clear as day going out. So I spent the Wednesday morning soldering up some of this stuff, and then again a little more Wednesday night, and Thursday I tinkered with them. So I got one set up here. Now this is just the red marker position lights. Now these are bright. They are super bright, and the whites are even worse because these are real low watt. These are 10 watters, and those are the strobes. They will flash. They will blink by this controller. So this board, 4 wires goes into here. This board, 4 wires goes in there. The tail light, 3 wires come back for the tail light. And then with these dip switches, and then the inputs for your nav lights, strobe lights, you can do wig-wag with the strobes. You can do a taxi mode where if you're taxiing, you turn on the strobes straight. It'll run them at like 30% power. And then what that does is it makes them like taxiway lights, but it'll give you light out on the wingtips so you can see obstacles off to the right and left of the runway taxiway, you know, for animals, deer, kangaroos and the likes, you know. So there's like 4 different switches for this thing. You got your strobes, nav lights too, and you've the tail light comes on with the nav lights, and the tail light is also a strobe light. And then you can do a wig-wag where it'll blink one wingtip then the other, back and forth. The taxiing mode where it'll turn just the strobes, it'll just turn them on at low power and give you extra lighting out at the wingtips. So there's, and then what is the other one? And then you can set up different blink patterns for the LEDs. You can do 1 blink, 2 blinks, 3 blinks, or just a steady on-off, and then wig-wag from wingtip to wingtip. And this controller does all that. So, and then there's, let's see, the jumpers on here. 2 to 4 flashes, slow or fast flash, chase, altern, whatever, single flash. So you set these up for the strobes, but by hooking up different on-off switches to this, you can do different modes. So you can turn the strobes on separate, the navs on separate, the wig-wag and the taxiing with these strobe lights on. So each one of those requires a switch, so you'll have like 3 or maybe 4 switches to operate all that. So nothing new on the cowling. Again, I was spending the day on this and putting the fuel tank together, getting that set in there. So the tank's almost ready. Now the next thing is to make the straps so I can screw these down through. So I'll be working on that probably tomorrow. So, but otherwise, because I just figured I'd see if I could use these. Before I couldn't use them the way they're intended, you know, like this. They won't fit. So I'm putting them in the wing like this. This will be the outboard, and this is the green light, so that's the right wingtip. And then this one is the left wingtip, which goes in the airplane like that. So when you see them from the top, this one actually goes, how is it? It's not supposed to be, oh, these are just backwards now, but either way, they go this way. The flat side points out, so let's go like this. Red. No, I got it backwards. Either way, because the red goes on the left, green goes on the right, and I might have them on backwards somehow. I was thinking this was the outside, but I'll have to fix that. Not a big deal. Alrighty, I think that's about all I got to talk about. Haven't done anything else with it. That's the breather from the oil tank. There's not a drop of oil coming out of it yet. I haven't run the engine since I ran it for the video last Tuesday. So nothing else to report on the inside of the plane other than the cable for the hooking up the laptop to adjust the timing for the ignition system. I think that's about it. This is the other piece for the other cowling, the bottom cowling and the elbow, so I can press in a piece of tubing inside. So I think that's going to do her. Oh, looks like I already got in the second video clip, so I'm going to have to do some splicing. There's that damn bit I was looking for. Stuck to the magnets. Alright, well, let me turn that on real quick and kind of give you an overview of underneath. Oh, it's going to fall down here. So that's going to be nice, and the air coming through the cowling will help cool that down, and it's not going to get anything back here hot. So, and then again, I still got this little coolant leak here to deal with. I still have to make a battery tray, run the cable from here to the battery, and from the battery to here, and from the starter. These are already on there, so I'll rerun these. So I'll clean up how they're running there. So that's the starter cables. So I guess that's all I've got to talk about. Time to go in, get some dinner, and call it a day, and I'll be back at it again tomorrow. I'll finish this up tomorrow. I'll drill the holes out, put them tubes in there, figure out where to put the holes in the cowling. I'm not going to worry about plugging these old holes up. The cowling, you're not going to see them from underneath anyway. So, I mean, it won't look the greatest with the little tube sticking out, but it's not real. It's not a real Corsair, folks. It's not even close to being scale. It looks scale, but it's not scale. So, alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this, and I will probably have another update for everybody Tuesday. So the next 2 days I shouldn't have any problem getting that finished and whatever else I go to. I just got to find these. So, my thoughts on this were, because of my vertigo, even if I get this thing done, I still can't fly it. I'm not going to take it to the airport. I'll do some testing out here with it, running it up, setting the prop pitch and checking mixtures and all that stuff. But if I can't fly it because of the vertigo lingering, I'm not going to take it to the airport and spend, $240 a month for it to sit down there, and then I can't do anything with it. So my idea was, well, let me go ahead and get these things ready, and if I can, I got to patch that wingtip anyway, so I can go in there and throw them in there and run the wires. So I'll have to order some wire. They want you to use shielded wiring for the strobes because it may have caused some radio noise interference. So, all right, I was looking at that stuff. It's about $2 a foot for some 22 gauge three wire, because you need 3 wires to go out. There's 4 wires got to hook up to this. 3 wires plus the shielded wire they use as one of the grounding, because you need power and ground for these LEDs and power and ground for the little LEDs. So, all right, I guess that's going to do it. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to bring up on the questions. But again, if anybody's interested in some plans and wood kit for a Corsair, the wood kit is nothing but raw material pieces that you got to cut, miter, and glue all together. It's not a kit. It's just a wood kit, raw material that you have to do all the cutting and gluing. But he's got the whole set of blueprints to go with it. Brand new. The boxes he said have never been opened. So, all right, that's going to do her. I'm going to go in and get dinner going. We're going to have some hot subs tonight. I'm going to have pepperoni sub, and the wife usually does some kind of ham and cheese or roast beef and cheese hot sub. So, all right, those are quick and down and dirty and easy. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for now. Like I said, this works much better now. Look how easy it moves. Well, it goes up easier than it goes down. All right, I appreciate everybody taking time to watch my videos. Feel free to leave any comments, questions, concerns. Feel free to, I'll answer questions as they come in, and we'll go from there, folks. So that's going to do it for this update, and I will catch you guys again more than likely Tuesday night. So for now, this is Done or Done out.